Let's now welcome to the ring from Colombia,
feel like if he could do it, so can they.
Jesus Gonzalez. Welcome to the ring from England, the undefeated Prince Aadam. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds, and it is an international super lightweight contest brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, with Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Bob Aram for Top Rank Incorporated, and Sella in association with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing and Gold Star Promotions, along with their great sponsors: Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman El Habib Medical Group, Saudi Airlines, Numuraba Development Company, Tahunia, Lucid Motors, and Al Tanfidi. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, board representatives in attendance: Robin Smith and Robert W. Smith, timekeeper Jason Booth. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring the contest will be Lee Every. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight, out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black trunks and weighed in officially at 142.8 pounds. Coming to us from Sincelejo, Colombia, he brings a professional record of 3 wins with 4 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jesus Gonzalez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing white trunks and weighed in officially at 145.8 pounds. Hailing from Manchester, England, he is undefeated with 4 wins, 2 of those 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Prince Aadam.
Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis in the corner for Aadam Hamed, as they will be for Dave Allen on Saturday night.
Okay, lads, when I say stop, you stop boxing. When I say break, take a step back. Keep your hands up, protect yourself at all times. Good luck to you both. Good luck.
So the next step on the road for him, as the story goes now, his dad, Prince Nassim, didn't want him to box, but at 15, 16, he decided that he needed to do it, Adam, and his father in the end relented and allowed him to. And that's quite a familiar story, actually, with boxing dads. None of them ever really want their sons to do it, but they hit a point where they recognise that they're going to, and you may as well get behind it.
There's not one thing of boxing in my house, except that I'm boxing on the TV all the time. You don't want your son to do it, or daughter to do it. But you have to let your kids, make their own path, don't you? Good, nice fast start here from Hamed.
In that southpaw stance, just moving Gonzalez into the blue corner and then letting his hands go. That was a neat 1-2, just caught him on the move there, Gonzalez, as he was skirting across the ropes.
Nice left hand there, nice and long.
Gonzalez gesturing that one was round the back of the head. I think it was pretty much on the ear.
Good if I'm happy because he's using that front foot to put pressure here on Gonzalez, but not getting too close so he can hold on or fire back. Again, to see it there, that left hand and leaning back, making him miss. See, he looks better than the last time already, doesn't he?
He does, he really does. I couldn't find any evidence of it on BoxRec, but I saw pictures of him boxing out in Libya recently. I'm sure I did. So they're trying to keep him as active as they can. That would have been a good experience as well, much like this, going away from home.
Yeah. Again, all that's coping with pressure, isn't it? No unexpected things.
Switches orthodox just after he landed a lead uppercut and then goes back to southpaw again now, heading into the final minute of round 1.
Just important with as he's increasing the pressure and the intensity that he doesn't close that gap too much. He needs to punch it, keep it long before he gets his opponent hurt. If he gets the opportunity then to get him hurt, then maybe you can close the gap a bit more and get a bit more weight in your shots. But keeping that distance here, coming forwards, that's going to be his friend. Using those attributes and a long reach, fast hands.
Just trying to measure the distance there with that lead hand for that left. So landed it nicely there, just snakes it right through the middle and fancied that he made a dent there, I think, because he's looking to really step on Gonzalez now. Uppercut gets through again here. Closing 20 seconds of round 1. Chops down on the right hand nicely there too.
That was a good, he didn't hit it, it was a good idea to chop through the middle from Hamid. Jab.
Good first round, kept the tempo high from the start.
That was so much better than when I saw him the last time. So much better. Massive improvement. Kept the pressure on him, but again, maintained that distance so nothing could come back to hurt him. And then when Gonzalez tried to be a little bit adventurous, he took a little half a step and then immediately made him pay by coming back for the second phase of attack.
Well, the last time we saw him was at the workouts on the Riyadh season card at Wembley. The AJ Dubois week, where he won all 4 rounds against Santiago Garces.
But here he's come up, he hasn't rushed his work, but he's come up really positive, looking to make an impression, looking to hurt Gonzalez, and I think he did a few times there. See there, Gonzalez almost dipping the knees there of Gonzalez, but Gonzalez did well to stay in, but the accuracy there of Hamid was really good. That was a really good first round for him.
Round 2.
And it's down to taking up position right in the middle of the front row, opposite us. He causes a stir everywhere he goes, Nassim. He's still got that kind of star quality to him.
Something else, wasn't he?
Just managing to back Gonzalez up to the ropes, move him around, get him into the corner without doing too much. But Gonzalez doesn't look too uncomfortable. Hamid reckoned or fancied that he'd hurt him a little bit towards the end of that first round. You could tell by the way that he pursued him. That's a decent looking left hand, but he's not giving much away here, Gonzalez. Or at least he's trying not to.
Yeah. That'll just where the little bit of variety will open up that tight defence there of Gonzalez. Good shot. It's good that he's just thinking about his work.
And just cuffs with that straight left hand. Right hook.
Good feet there from Hamid when Gonzalez tried to be a little bit adventurous, but he shut it down there by taking a little step back.
Just pops out a left-hand lead that gets through. Not much on it, but it landed. It's the final minute of round 2.
Just put his punches together a little bit here now, Hamid, rather than single shots, just throwing it in 2s and then up at the 3s.
Good combination there, just snapped the head back of Gonzalez as he was backpedaling. What's been impressive in this round is he's completely controlled this, and Gonzalez has, I don't think he's landed on him at all. He's controlled the distance a lot of the time without really throwing all that much.
No, well, he's so much bigger than Gonzalez for a start, that he can intimidate him with his size. But it's the control of distance by not getting by the wide stance, front foot in the centre of your stance, but leaning back, sitting back a little bit on that back foot, and it's not allowing Gonzalez to even want to try and advance.
That was a solid straight left hand, just stepped in and threw it down the middle. So 2 to go. They're scheduled for 4. And one more fight after this as well. There he is, the great man. Retired over 20 years ago, now well over 20 years actually. I went to his final fight, and we didn't know it was going to be his final fight at the time, but he had that performance against Marco Antonio Barrera, which gets rewritten a bit sometimes. I think he was beaten that night.
He was beaten, but he wasn't a landslide.
No,
10 seconds.
Not at all. And he got beat by a great fighter, by the way.
Seconds out.
Naz was an absolutely phenomenal talent. A
Round
phenomenal
3.
fighter, a great world champion.
And ended his career with not just the titles, but a very healthy bank balance, and with his health, he got out at the top, didn't he? And not many people do it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And his hands, that's what done him in the end. Just he hit so hard for the little guy, his hands couldn't cope with it. That's good movement there from Hamid. It's been businesslike, hasn't it, from him?
It has. That's a really good word to describe it, because he's picked his punches, particularly in that second round, and continuing to do so in the third round, and giving his opponent absolutely nothing. He could maybe be a bit more expansive, but he's choosing to keep it tight, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, I think he could up the pace, and I think he still can, and maybe he still should. But I mean, he's also limiting the mistakes that he's going to make. You know, you start being more adventurous, you rush your work a little bit, and allow things to happen to you from your opponent. Oh, lovely uppercut.
Good combination. As Gonzalez looked to get forward, he just took that little half step, gave himself some room, and caught him on the way forward.
Again, there's just a little step back, just takes everything away from Gonzalez.
Measured that left hand well, as Lopez just dipped off to his right hand side. Heading into the final minute of round 3. Stad just asking him to just click through those gears a bit. I think we'll probably see him do that in the 4th and final round, maybe towards the end of this round as well, but certainly in that final 3 minutes.
Because he hasn't really seen Gonzalez panic, has he yet, or be really seriously hurt to really want to put his foot to the pedal. And because he hasn't made a mistake yet, Hamid, I'm liking the way he's approaching it.
balance went a little bit there for Gonzalez as he staggered back towards the ropes into the final 30 seconds of this third round. One to go after this.
Nice shot.
Just disguised it slightly with the lead hand, or hid it.
And he turned the hand over on.
Lovely right hand there, and that has got him going, and the referee has jumped in and picked up the count. I thought for a second there that he was going to jump in and stop it. His balance isn't really there, but the bell's gone, so he doesn't really have to demonstrate his fitness to continue. He just has to get back to his feet, which is exactly what he's done. But he got caught by the right hand, and you can see the legs go, couldn't you? And if that hadn't been right at the end of the round, then he might have been able to close the show there, Hamed.
Yeah, I think if that was 15 seconds earlier, this fight would be over for sure. That was a lovely right hook. And maybe hit him on the temple because his legs went like jelly, didn't they? And then a little one, we're going to see it now, hopefully, here, there. It's a little dip in the legs from Hamed having a good look. Oh no, it's right on the chin, right on the button. It's a lovely shot. And then that straight right hand through the middle as well. Sickening shot there from Hamed. He did well to get up there from Gonzalez. Look at that, just thrown the glove. He didn't see it, did he? To be fair to Hamed, he jumped on him straight away, didn't he? He'd seen the third jump right on him. It was a nice little two-shot combination to make sure he did hit the floor.
For the fourth and final round.
So he's put that dent in him at the end of the third, and now I think he'll go after him in this remaining 3 minutes.
Doesn't have the rush, but also he can allow him time to recover.
And the corner of Gonzalez, I think, want him to be a little bit more aggressive. That's a good lead right hand, a kind of up jab coming in there from Hamed, and the referee jumps in and stops the fight, and he looks a little bit bemused there, Gonzalez, and I don't blame him, to be honest, because I know he's 3 rounds down and he's been knocked down at the end of that previous round, and he can't win the fight. He hasn't really come here necessarily to win the fight. His job is to get through, and I think the referee could have given him a bit more of a chance there, although I understand why he did it.
I understand what he did. He preempted what was going to happen, hasn't he? A little bit there, I think, the referee, which is understandable. And also he's taking into account how unsteady he was in his legs when he went back to the corner. But I still think he was probably should have deserved it maybe a little bit more. It's horrible to say it. A few more punches to hit the target before he stepped in. It was that one there that he knocked his head back. By the way, the referee's got the best view, better view than all of us. So once he sees that head go back, I think he thought that's enough for me.
Again, I thought nice, accurate, stinging shots, aren't they?
Yeah, he is accurate with his work, isn't he? I thought that was a good performance. I think that's his best performance by far. I think he dictated the pace. He understands the judgment of the distance now better than he did in previous contests. He's keeping it nice and long, and he's up in the work rate. And also, he's being the bully, which is good. He's a much bigger guy, and he's using it. And it looked like that was going to go the distance, and he turned it off. He turned it on its head with a lovely hook.
Next step on the road for Moses Itauma against Dempsey McKean on Saturday. At some point, Itauma is going to run into some adversity. It hasn't happened yet, but it will. It's in the post. Will it be Saturday? We'll have to wait and see.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 26 seconds of round number 4. Our referee in charge, Lee Every, stops the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout and still undefeated, Prince Aadam Hamed.
So Hamed with another win, and that was a good, tidy performance. He didn't give anything away, minimised the errors, was nice and accurate, nice and economical.